Yo, yo, can y'all hear me? Yo, yo, yo. What up, world? Let you ready for 2023? Yo, Shaq, I see you. All right, we're gonna get it popping. 23, 23, 23. Let me let some of y'all get. Let me let some more people get up in here, so we can have a little conversation. We can have a little conversation about something. What's up, H time? What's up, Shane? I know I'm supposed to be at the meeting, but I'm at the baseball field. How y'all feel? Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me I feel like T.I. today. Feel like T.I. today. That's what's up. Yeah. We'll let me see who's on here. Requests. I'm not all right, I'm gonna just let a little more people get on here. Yeah, if Joe wanna get on, that'd be great. I'd love to have Joe on. Somebody just said he wanna come on. I would love to have my brother on here. I'm not no Instagram specialist, so I guess you go into the requests, and then I link them in. I know Trick that said he want to get on, have a conversation too. We give y'all about 2 more minutes, then I'm gonna just file, because I ain't gonna try to be on here all night with all this. I love all y'all. Oh, tap in. How do I follow Joe? How do I do this? Go live with Joe. You in, Joe? I think that's how it works.
Uncle Luke, the living legend, the icon.
What's going on, Craig? How you feeling, man?
I'm here, man. You know, Luke, man, I've been 20 years in Miami, never had one argument with somebody, right? And so when they wake me up, I'm sleeping, I'm in my mother's house, I'm here in Miami. And you know how people get to talking, and then I'm like, this is impossible. And so what I can say is, Luke, like I told you, Luke discovered Miami. Luke is an icon. Living legend. He created the sound of Miami. He put everybody on. Now, what I was explaining, right, was maybe even Trick Daddy don't know. I came down to Miami when it was Super Bowl. Trick Daddy was playing all over the Calmar, all over the parties. I went back up to New York. I sat down in the office with Craig Kalman, who's still the boss of Atlantic. I don't fuck with him no more. But I took the demo of Trick Daddy. I put it on his desk. I said, you need to sign this guy. He's the next guy. Now, I know you discovered Trick. I know you discovered Pitbull. I never said I discovered them. Luke, I took his demo out of love for hip-hop, and Craig Kalman calls me 2 days later and tells me, I signed the guy Trick from Miami. Cool. That's what I'm elaborating to. When it comes to Pitbull, I know you discovered Pitbull from day one. I didn't say I discovered Pitbull. What I said was, when I was in New York, I was fucked up. I was on the run. I came to Miami. My brother Robert Fernandez, Robbie Rob, who still works with Pitt to this day, let me stay in this house for 6 months. Nobody else has done that for me. So a couple of years later, when Big Pun's double platinum, Fat Joe's platinum, the Spanish niggas is rocking, TBT is begging me for any Spanish artist in the universe. Robbie Rob steps to me and says, Joe, I need this favor. I walk in TBT to Brian Leach, Steve Gottlieb, and I said, this is the guy. This is the next one. Now they signed him. I never did business with Pitbull or Trick. I never signed them. This was all out of love. Everything I did was out of love.
Right.
And so when I say these things, you know, we've been around too long, Luke. We've been a principle. So when I go on record and I say something, I really believe it. I really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know it's always been love with me and you. I know it's been love with all of us. And so when everybody's telling me this and this and that, I say, yo, let me break it down to Luke and everybody, my side of the story, or my truth, because I'm telling the truth. Now, I know when it comes to Miami, you discovered Pitbull, you discovered Trick Daddy, you put Khaled on your radio show, the first main radio show. I don't deny nothing. You was king of Miami when you first came out. You understand?
Right.
I'm not saying that. Miami's my home for 20 years. I've received nothing but love, and I got nothing but respect for everybody in Miami. But I believe this time 2 people are right. I believe 2 people are right. And that's it. I just want to come on here and say my piece, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Just like when we had a conversation, you know, and that's why when I did the post, you know, my father was telling me about it, and I looked at context at the whole thing, but at the same time, shit, what happened? You know, when I put the post out, I said, hey man, I love this dude. You know, I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Shit, man, we go too far back. You know, and we've been back where I done been in New York in situations where I done came to your spot and you had to put down on some, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We got history, we got too much love, and that's why I was kind of taken back. But then, just like you said, when I was like Pitt, when I got Pitt, you know, it was because there was Big Pun and Fat Joe, these Puerto Rican artists, you know, doing big numbers and shit. Like, look, man, I'm gonna have a you know, because I'm here, you know, and so we did records and all that, and we put him on, signed him up and all that. Like I say, after I got burned out on the music business, and then he said, man, I want to go do some things, and I don't know what happened after that. I know he went with and Teach and all my guys, but again, just like we don't know what happened after. Same thing with Trick. You know, I was in bankruptcy, so if I did record with him while in bankruptcy, trying to get all my trying to get clear of all the samples and everything. So I record with him, and I was able to do it. And I was on Island Records at the time. And I said, hey, Trick, we're gonna do this, and then when I get, then we're gonna. But it took too long. He ended up signing up, from my understanding, with Slip and Slide. So they then ended up on Atlantis. But again, I say all that to say, you never know what happened and how things are after people. You know what I'm saying? Deals get cut all the time. And there's always people who look out and people who put down and people who introduce. So yes, you're right. Both of us are right in this situation, because at the end of the day, you know, once they left me, what happened, who did what, how did it happen, but everybody became successful. And then nobody becomes successful without people, you know, co-signing and co-signing things. So, you know, I'm glad we're able to get on here, conversation.
Yo, Luke, man, we got nothing but love and respect for you. You're a fucking icon, living legend. You went up against the Supreme Court. Come on, man, Luke. You know, man, since the day I met you, I done gave you the salute. Every time I see you, I salute. Yeah. Every time I see you, for me to front on Luke is to be fronting on myself, fronting on hip hop. I'm not crazy. I know what it is. I was just speaking a little bit of my truth. And of course you put on the whole Miami. Of course you discovered everybody.
Yeah, I'm mad at the interview guy because the interview guy, he was so overwhelmed by the conversation you were having, which was a deep conversation because I learned some stuff that I didn't know. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know about the funeral and all that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I stopped looking at it at that point because I didn't want to hear. I didn't want that. That was deep for me. You know what I'm saying? That was real deep for me. And I'm like, man, these people love each other and families and all that. And so that's when I was like, man, you know, that was deep. So like, just like you say, man, I ain't got nothing but love for you, man. We love each other. You've been down
That's right.
here, you know, shit, man. You show love to the kids. Y'all do the things in the park. I mean, you really, out of most people, you really are loved here and you embrace the place. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
culture and all aspects of it. And so, man, shit, we ain't, man, we straight. You know, we ain't never gonna have no problem. It's all love, boss.
All right, Luke. God bless you, man. Thank you for the love.
Okay, man. You have a
Peace.
good night. Okay.
Peace, brother. All right.
See, that's how it should work, people. You know what I'm saying? You never know. That's how it works. That's how it should work. That's how, you know, before people go to getting guns and all that because of misunderstandings and going to parties and acting crazy and shit. Two grown ass men. And this is a teachable moment for hip hop and for us as a people, our culture. Everything don't result into an argument because misunderstandings should not result into arguments. You know, they should be able to be, you should be able to have a conversation and talk your way out of it. You know, like I say, when I discovered Trick Daddy, Trick was in jail, he got out of jail, Pops say, man, look out for my son. Trick Daddy ended up living with me and he ended up in a battle. Trick did a battle. He outdid Red. Him and Red was the final ones in the Pac Jam Team Disco. And Trick won the battle, and I said, whoever win this battle, I'm gonna do a song with him. And I told Trick, man, even though you living with me, because he was living with me, we were actually living together. I said, boss, even though you living with me, you know, you still ain't gonna be grandfathered in. He won the battle, and we ended up doing records, and that's how that started. I got jammed up in the, you know, in the all these bankruptcies, all these samples I did, and I didn't want to sign him because if I'd have signed him, he'd have been property of the state. Then Trick would have ended up on some joke record label, you know, like some of the other artists. So I preserved him. He ended up signing up with Slip and Slide record. Great career, love him to death. Same thing with Pitt. It's like I said, I wanted a Cuban artist because I was from Miami. So I went and found Pitt. I told Julian Booth, he was my A&R guy. Julian, Big Teach, Jeff Sanchez, we need to find a Cuban artist. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Don't even come to the fucking office. Go find me a goddamn Cuban artist because I will not be complete in Miami unless I have a Cuban artist. Them dudes got Big Pun and Fat Joe out of New York. We gotta compete. And they went and found him. Did a record. The first record we did was with Lil Zane. Little Zane. Lil Zane Hot as Fish Grease. Took the record to all these radio stations. I took the record to Power 96. They turned it down. First time PITBULL record got played on was 99 Jams. That's facts. Because I was amazed that I just knew Power 96 was going to support the record. But that didn't happen. But later on, Power 96, DJ Laz, everybody, because the PD and the MDs, they was all scared that DJ Laz, you know, because he was the guy doing music here, they thought Laz was going to feel some kind of way if they put on another Cuban artist from Miami. That's facts. And DJ Laz was the main one, embrace Pitbull. And same thing, man, our culture, you know, one thing I'm going to defend history anytime. If I see anything that may be misconstrued or misunderstood, I'm going to defend the history of us because, you know, some people try to rewrite our history. You know, in this case, Fat Joe ain't trying to rewrite our history. He went and you know, work with these guys after after the fact, and that's how it works. That's how the music business works. You know, and then you respect that because once they leave you, then now they got to kind of get a deal and start a whole nother thing. So however that went. You know, however that went, you know, however that went on, I guess it went on. You know, I don't know. I don't keep up with whatever happened after us. But that's why it's real important, you know. I know people keep hitting me talking about, hey man, you need to do the movie and you need to do the docuseries and all that. Yeah, all that stuff is in the work, which should clear up a whole lot of things so people can have a clear understanding as to where we came from here in Miami. We came from the Betty Wrights and the TKs and all this shit, man. The Disco Ricks, you name it, Rick Ross's, man. I got Rick Ross' first CD when he was standing outside of the flea market. I got it in my house. I got his first CD. And so when I see these guys and I see people attacking these dudes, man, you know, same thing with DJ Khaled, man. DJ Khaled was on Mix 96. Khaled was on Mix 96. I heard Khaled on Mix 96, bro. And I said, look, man, I like what I'm hearing. And I went over there to the Rickenbacker Causeway, the club over there, where Butter Fuco and all them, and Butter had Mix 96 and all these guys over there, George Dukes and shit. And Khaled was spinning there, and I liked that dude. And I told Cedric Hollywood, because he moved down from Orlando, hey, look, man, you got to do a mix show on 99 Jams. They never had a mix show. And he said, well, you do it. So I got Soul Syndicate, Papa Key, DJ Irie, we had DJ Khaled, we had Uncle Al, God bless the dead. We had, you name, we had Papa Key. All of them was a part of Soul Syndicate. So we had a combination. That's how them guys got started off of that show. You know, quite a few times they say, look, you got to tell Khaled to be quiet. He too loud. He too this. He too that. Khaled don't even know that. He probably looking at this shit right now. Every time that I was off the air, every time we were off the air on a Friday night, it was because the people at 99 Jams wanted to suspend Khaled. They did not want him on the air. He probably don't even know this right now. And I say, he goes, I go. I'm doing this shit for free. I'm just doing it for the community, breaking new artists from Miami. So I'm not getting paid for this shit. I'm not no radio dude. I'm just doing it for the culture. And every time you wanted to suspend him, I then took off. I said, well, I'm suspended too. Because he's going to be on here. He go, I go. You don't even know that. Probably just learned this shit right now. There was so much hate for him. But eventually they end up embracing him on the radio. So it's a lot of things, man. But our history here in Miami, man, our history, you know, is a deeply rooted history. You know, yes, we have a lot of folks move down, a lot of people come down. You know, we show love to everybody. We love everybody. We're a welcoming city. You know, we're a welcoming city, and most people who come here, they embrace the culture and they respect the culture. You know, and I love that. So I just wanted to get on here. You know, I asked Trick to come on. I don't know where you at. You know, that dude there is always late. But I'm the main person that I'm happy that came on is Fat Joe, so we could clear the air up. You know, I love Joe, love Pun family, love all of them. You know what I'm saying? Love Trick, Khaled, Trina. You know, I'm always be the protector of Miami. You know, because we really don't get as much respect as we should. You know, Ross is doing his shit. I love the City Girls. You know, I love what DJ Nasty is doing. I love Blue. I love all these people. I love every artist down here because I understand the struggle, man. I understand that shit. You know, I love Greasy. I love, you know, you name it. You know, I love all these dudes, and I want all these dudes to win. And so, again, I feel like I'm responsible. So when we, you know, when there's confusion with our history, I'm always going to speak on it. If there's confusion with our history, I'm always going to speak on it. You know, yes, you know, we You know, no, we don't have a trap museum. So you don't know our history. Maybe that's my calling right now, to go and fucking do a museum so people can understand our rich history. You know, we got DJs that, you know, paved the way and we did it different. You know, we have history. You know, people always say, you know, and it just don't start with me. It's the DJ Epps of the world. These guys paved the way. You know, Uncle Al, Freestyle Steve, Sugar Hill, Ghetto Style, you know, Tiny Head, SMDJ, all them dudes paid. We got history in this motherfucker. Betty Wrights and Trina's on 15th Avenue and all that. Just do your history, people. No matter where you at, you know, no different than Memphis, they got history. And respect the history of other areas and other places. I go to LA, first person I call is Snoop. Even though I had an issue, we had pressure with Snoop and them. We had pressure with Suge Knight and all of them, but we were able to do what we just did tonight, was get on the thing and have a conversation. Man, I went to fucking me and Trick Daddy. First time he ever left Miami on a plane, it was me, Trick Daddy, and Shane, Musa D. Got on an airplane, went to Vegas, went to Suge Club, and sat down with him and Pac, and we talked about it, and ended up doing an interview to let people know that the same thing we did right here tonight is all love. That's the type of dude I own, you know. So the same thing, no different. Big and Pac going through shit. You know, I'm get on the plane, go get big. Let's talk about this shit. You know, so that's the type of person I am. I'm a voice of reason. You know, I don't be getting on, like I say, I don't get all up in the videos. I don't do all the wild shit. I don't be at the parties. You see me, I'm low key. I'm out there right now with my son watching baseball. This is what I love. But our history is what it is. And one day it's going to be televised. And people will get to know Miami for more than what they think it is, which is these palm trees in South Beach. It ain't us. And one thing I can say about Joe, he understands both sides. And so, again, I don't see my son on here, so I'm gonna end this live, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend.